I am reading a book from Dr. Emerson Egerich entitled Love and Respect for a Lifetime. In a chapter as different as pink is from blue. Together, you and your mate reflect the image of God on earth. Genesis 1:27, God created man in his own image, male and female he created them. The difference between men and women were established from the beginning. Women tend to be relationship-oriented, and the family is their primary place for relationships. The deepest question you can ask a woman, a question she asks herself quite often is, are you loved? Men, however, tend to be achievement-oriented, and their field is the primary place for achievement. The deepest question you can ask a man, a question that he asks himself often is, are you respected? No wonder then that in a marriage the wife wants her husband to be more loving and the husband wants his wife to be more respected. The Lord made women pink and men blue with differences, and He expects us to recognize and deal with those differences in a loving and respectful way. Why is communication between husbands and wives such a problem? It goes back to the fact that we send each other's messages in code based on gender, even though we don't intend to. What I say is not what you hear, and what you think you heard is not what I meant. Men and women both need love and both need respect, but the cry from a woman's deepest soul is to be loved, and the cry from a man's deepest soul is to be respected. Couples practicing love and respect learn that their communication styles are markedly different. In order to understand these differences, they need to realize that they send each other's messages in code, and they must learn how to decode each other. For example, one wife wrote to share his decoding experience with us. My husband and I were traveling in the car on our way to a movie. He was quiet, smugly. I said, "What are you thinking?" He replied, "I was just thinking how critical you are." My natural instinct was, how dare him? But I thought, this is a good-willed man. Maybe he means something else. So I asked, what does that mean? That I'm critical? He replied, I mean, our family couldn't exist without you. You are so critical to us. It is crucial for husband and wife to see that neither one is wrong, but that both of them are very different in body function, outlook, and perspective. Pink and blue perceptions not only after saying, they affect hearing as well. Women hear with pink hearing aids and men hear with blue hearing aids. Even more important to understand as you and your spouse seek to gain better communication, you can hear the same words, but each of you will hear different messages. Let's see how this plays out at home as a couple is getting dressed to start the day. She says, I have nothing to wear. She means she has nothing new. He says, I have nothing to wear. He means he has nothing clean. Research and experiences prove that men and women see and hear differently. Recognizing these differences and adjusting to them is absolutely necessary for searching mutual understanding and better communication. In one national study, 400 men were given a choice between going through two different negative experiences. If they were forced to choose one of the following, which would they prefer to endure? A. To be left alone and unloved in the world. B. To feel inadequate and disrespected by anyone. 74% of these men said that if they were forced to choose, they would prefer being alone and unloved in the world. Every man does what he does for the admiration of a woman. When a wife feels unloved, it can be such a shock to her heart that she is oblivious to her disrespectful reactions toward her husband, though any man watching could see it plainly. When a husband feels disrespected, it can provoke him so quickly he doesn't see his unloving reaction, which would be obvious to any woman. Words of wisdom to all husbands and wives are this: we easily see what is done to us before we see what we are doing to our mate. God's way of communicating in marriage is to talk with words of unconditional love and respect. That's why the one secret of speaking your mate's language is to understand that unconditional respect is as powerful to him as unconditional love to her. Your spouse can have the need you don't have, and that's okay.